It's been 3 weeks since we have had a fresh, delicious, succulent One Piece chapter. And that break is over. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the South Blue. One Piece is back in full motion. The anime has had a couple of banger episodes lately. Last week's episode, it was like a recap filler one, so it's been a bit of a One Piece drought. Yesterday's episode, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm having a really fun time watching it with you guys. But none of that matters because we are finally back to the manga. I am not going to stipulate for any longer. Chapter 1112, Hard Aspects. I just need to read. I need to read. I look like a nice little setup. This. How cute. Let's go. No more. Literally none. I'm serious. Let's begin. One Piece, Chapter 1112, Hard Aspects. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 3. You can have that parting gift, Yamato, as long as you do something for me. I'm assuming that parting gift is Odin's journal? I'm assuming. And we get Kinemon and Yamato, which is always good. I'm excited to see this cover story keep on going, to be honest. So much has been happening. So much has been happening. We're on the run. That's all I know. We're on the run. We're getting out of Egghead. Let's see how far we actually get. Nope. All pacifistas Mark 3 are neutralized. Increase bombardment. Make sure Emperor Straw Hat Luffy doesn't escape. What a crazy sentence. All the downed pacifista, whatever you do, stop Jewelry Bonnie from leaving. Only 12 years old, and we've got Boldy with the sword in his hybrid awakened form, and you gave this mere girl enough power to level an entire country? Because she controlled the pacifista. I'm catching on. I'm assuming that's what he's referring to. The fact that she has the highest authority chip in all Seraphim and Pacifista. What a foolish rebellion to stage against us, Vegapunk. We got the giants. Let's get back to the ship. There are some deadly foes on this island. Cannons are going off. Don't let them take off. Sink the Elbaf ship. Hurry to the northeast shore. And Egghead looks rough. It is crazy to remember that there are civilians on this island. Ooh, an awesome shot. Frankie jumping in the air. Move it. You'll go nowhere. Steam Strong. Oh, he's going Steam. So I can't remember this guy's name. It's the guy with like the million chins. He's got like a steam arm. And Frankie's got his arm. And he's going strong right. And it looks like... Whoa, I'm going to analyze this. It looks like Frankie has just like torn him a new one. Oh, he's gone to say Steam Knuckle. And he's gone Steam... As Frankie has clocked him in the face. Take my daddy to safety, Mr. Giant. You bet. He's got Kuma. Oh, Bonnie's jumping on. Prepare to die. You'll never have that weapon of war, Jury Bonnie, you little snot. Whoa. No, don't call him a weapon. She turns one of the vice admirals into a baby. And kicks him in the face. He's a little bit insensitive. I'm so weak. Getting kicked in the face. My daddy is a hero, Chin Man. Stop it. This just looks wrong. Add that to the crime list. Child abuse. I mean, I guess she is technically a child. It's just abuse. Okay, here we go. Labo phase. And this is the recording of the big announcement. I can't help notice you're not drinking your Vega coffee. It's very hot. I have a very sensitive tongue. That means Shaka You knew. Wait, that's mean, Shaka. You knew that already. 4 more minutes, Stella. 4 minutes. This is clearly the same room. They must have. Oh, York and the Gorosei. They must have recorded the message here, but. Oh, he's just fired a massive beam through the lab. Wait, stop. Don't go crazy. Stella, there's not much time left. See, the message is still going. Why not use thermoelectric elements to take the coffee's heat and convert the energy? If I were the Stella, I would have hid the transmission transponder snail emitting the message somewhere. Then I will simply destroy the entire lab. You can't. The second floor of Building B is for weapons development. The first floor is the power plant. Third floor of Building C has our entire supply of pressurized gas cylinders. Destroy any one of them, and you'll set off a chain reaction throughout the lab. That blows up Punk Records itself. Then think of where it is. Your neural pathways should be the same as him. Damn. This is interesting. So York is actually biting back against the Gorosei, against one of the five elders, Birdman, who is prepared to level everything. Like, they are desperate to not get the message out. The secret of the world. We better get it. If we don't, oh my. 4 minutes. That's like 10 more chapters. That shouldn't be, hopefully. I'll stop it, of course. If I add crime upon crime, I'll only make it harder to get along with you folks. And he's kind of looking a bit puzzled. I sense the voice of a small creature in Punk Records. Who is saying that? Is that the Gorosei? Is it a transponder snail? The transmission transponder snail was just recently completed. You could recognize it by its triangular spiral shell. Tell me how to get in. So is that the Gorosei guy hearing the small voice? I am curious if that's like a play on Voice of All Things. Answering one of my questions. Where's Stussy? She's looking up, concerned. Well, aren't you lucky? Seems it wasn't interested in you. Speak for yourself. And it's Kaku and Stussy. What was that monster? Based on the conversation, one of the five elders. You think so? What a ghastly transformation. They abandoned you, didn't they, Stussy? How sad and ironic after you chose to betray us. Sorry, but staying behind was my idea. Someone has to carry out the final job after all. GG for Stussy. So she is staying behind for one like final act. I'm curious what that is. Wait, you mean to tell me we're leaving Stussy behind? What other option have we got? Undoing the barriers got to happen at the same moment the ships escape. The only way to lower the Frontier Dome is at the command room. She volunteered to do it. If you want to do right by her sacrifice, you better make sure the escapee is a success. That's Nami talking to Pythagoras? No, Edison. Edison, I think. I always get them mixed up. And we finally have Robin again. Oh my god. Well, of course we're going to do everything we can to escape, but still. And then Robin chimes in. The problem is the distance that the Vega Force 1 would have flown us. Exactly right, Nico Robin. I've calculated it up, and going by classical mechanics, this ship's guaranteed to land on solid ground now. What? Hey folks, the coup de burst is almost ready to rock. Once Zoro's group get here, we're going to make a super jump out to sea. And if it looks like we're not going to make it, that's your cue to help us out. You got that? Ha. Must be hard to be your ship. Wait, what? Must be hard to be your ship. That's so true. But I love the guts you got. Whatever miracles occur, that's the power behind them. And that's coming from a scientist. Oh, and Edison decides to jump off. Jump off the stratosphere? I'll make sure your ship touches the ground in water. Trust me. Stimulate internal damage 78%. Edison, it won't kill me. Here he goes. And so he's jumped out of like the barrier. He's jumping straight down. It's a big page. There's an inward wind pulling us towards the island. Oh, sandworm. Oh, he's breathing in, and you've got the giants in Gear 5 Luffy. The suction is enormous. We're not getting anywhere. Luffy's face is getting pulled back. That's it. You're that hungry, and he like kicks a whole building off. Have a building. And the whole building flies into his mouth. I do think the sandworm is the lamest one out of all the transformations. Oh no. We'll just see what happens. The giants are going, that was fun. And now Luffy goes, oh, but I'm tired. And he's going, blah, 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 blah. What's this? What happens to Rat? You turned into some strange old man. Ran out of food power. Need food. How about some hakurl? What? Hakurl? What's that smell? It's fermented shark. Emergency rations from Elbath. Ga ba ba ba. Tastes good when you're used to it. Ah, I feel energized again though. The way your body works is so simple. It's so true. You're back to the old you. Look out, the ball. Oh yeah, it's old ball man. Gear 3. It is crazy how long it's been since we've seen like any other gear. Gum Gum, Red Rock. Oh, I love punching him right in the dome. And he's going, how hard is that thing? His hands all like seized up. I can't believe they're actually fighting against. Okay, hang on, ignore me. Rear side labo phase. Yeah, stop. What is that thing? What is something coming? A crab? Northeast shore. Oh no, Mr. Giant. Who's that? Bro, the old man Gorosei. Punk Records Labosphere. 1 minute left, Stella. I know. Here it is. Fortune was not on your side, Vegapunk. 1 minute they have. Oh my god. This, you can see it like here. How menacing he looks. And they found the transponder snail as well with a minute left. That's it. I think that's it. We're back. No break. No break. Next week. Okay. I'm going to collate my thoughts. Come back. The review portion. Much to my sadness, my whiteboard that I've been using to collate all the information for the latest One Piece chapters won't stop crashing. So, until I can find a replacement, let's just go through the chapter, talk about some key points. Key point number uno. I want to talk about Bonnie. Now, Bonnie has been kind of like a bit of a liability for the last couple of chapters in terms of we need to protect her, we need to transport her away, and she's like the target. She's like, if this is like an Ennis lobby, she's the Robin right now. She's like, we need to get her specifically out of the fray. However, we see her fighting with Frankie. And it got me thinking, like, she could very well make a very decent Straw Hat. Now, if she became a Straw Hat, what does that mean? She can control all Seraphim and Pacifista. Does that make her ridiculously broken? Kind of, a little bit. That's why I'm like, that's probably the only reason I'm thinking she's not going to join, like that particular reason. If that gets addressed, which is very possible, I think it's a likely chance she could join. Really hard when we're talking about Vivi coming back into the picture soon, because she's been out and about with Warpole and Morgans. Yamato as well. We've seen her on the cover story. A lot of possibilities. But I would say it's one of those three. One of those three. Bonnie, Yamato, Vivi. But in terms of this chapter overall, it was probably the first like, I'm gonna feel a bit calm. Because every chapter has been like bam, 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 bam. Things are happening. Like it's all going. But it's like nothing majorly happened yet. York, I'm interested to see what her end game is. If she's going to go work with the government, I reckon what's going to happen is this message is going to get sent out and she's going to get blasted or destroyed by one of the Gorosei just out of frustration. And she's going to be like useless to them. Oh, Um, Stussy's sacrifice. So Stussy's staying behind for our final job. As to what that is, my idea it's either slowing down the elders, blowing up Egghead, or I think it's one to do with one or the other. Like it's gonna be revolving around being like some sacrifice. We know she's a clone. We know she probably doesn't have a lot of value for her own life. Interestingly enough, she's with Kaku though, which makes me question whether she will sacrifice herself alongside Kaku. We'll see. Lucci's also probably going to be trying to rescue Kaku as well, I assume. And then we talk about the big two Gorosei moments. Mars and Nasujiro. Nasujiro. Let's call him Nasi, right? Mars going to be stopping the transponder snail. Something has to stop him. I really want to know what the transponder snail transponds, where Nasujiro is versing Frankie, Bonnie, and Atlas. And I've got a decent idea that they are not going to put up much of a fight. I'm going to be very curious as to how they stop him. Who could potentially help them out there? I'm not counting on Luffy and the Giants. Zoro, Jinbei, maybe? But they're waiting to get to the ship, whereas these three are the Elbaf ship. I think this was like the biggest moment, was like these two confrontations with the elders. Because like Luffy the Giants versing the elders has been like consistently going on. It has been. And I think we all kind of recognize that. I completely forgot the fact that Saturn is also with Chopper, Nami, and Usopp and Robin at the ship. But I think Brook is there as well. We might be seeing some Straw Hats going against the Elders. Oh, I would love to see Monster Point Chopper versing Gorosei. That would be my day. If that happens, I'm happy. But look, overall, it wasn't a massive chapter. It was good. It's good to be back, and it's good that there's no break next week. But a whole lot didn't happen, and it's like we're just kind of moving to that end goal. And like next chapter, realistically, we're either gonna have the transponder snail stop or the message. But regardless, man, it's good to be back. Good to be back to the One Piece grind, mate. I'm gonna leave it there. I really was a bit bummed that my whiteboard, my mega board is dead. I will find an alternative and I will move that all over. Until then, see you next week.